Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Conquer College Admissions, and in today's video, I'm going to be covering another FAQ. And this question is something that a lot of parents ask because they'll say, my son is so busy, how do we balance all of this together? And so I thought I would use this video to answer some of the most frequently asked questions about how do you balance your academics with your extracurriculars. I know back in the days when colleges looked at students' applications, it was it looked like a checklist. And you just had to get a certain grade and you just had to do a couple of clubs and that was it. Now, because of the intense competition, there's a lot more that you have to do. But that's where the mistake happens. You don't have to do a lot of things to stand out. If anything, that can actually decrease your chances of getting accepted because you're so busy doing without a real good strategy in place. And it's always about quality over quantity, so keep that in mind. Before I get started with today's video, I want to let you know that I am hosting a free live training this coming Wednesday, and you can register for your free spot at passionprep.com/live. And we also have our Accepted Club one-on-one college counseling program, which we've been getting such good feedback from parents and students. So you can also check out our program at passionprep.com/accepted club. All right, so I took a lot of notes today, so let's go over what you need to focus on and how you can balance it all together. So the first rule is really GPA, and this is a non-negotiable. Ever since the SAT became optional, required for some colleges, just a lot of different policy regarding test prep. GPA, your grades that you get in high school, has become very, very important. They will look at your transcript and study what classes you decided to take, what grades you got in them. Is there a pattern? So transcript is going to be the most important document that you are sending over to colleges, which means that it is the most important. So I tell my students, anytime your GPA is going down, and you're not able to focus on your studies, that means you're putting too much time somewhere else in your extracurricular activities. So that's always my threshold. If the GPA is not doing well, we need to fix that before you do anything else. So GPA is the most important. So put that in the center of all of your things that you have to do. And SAT and ACT, preferably, I like to categorize that during the summer months because then it doesn't coincide with your GPA. So SAT and ACT, let's try to put that during summer break. But I know some of my students are also taking SAT right now in November, December, March. And so I know some of those are not really flexible, but preferably we do want that SAT prep to happen during summer because then now you have all the time during the school year to focus on your GPA. And then comes the school clubs. Colleges do like when you take leadership roles on campus. I see students sometimes get involved in like 5, 6 clubs. No. You only have 10 spots to put in your activity list. So there is absolutely no need for you to join that many clubs. It's not even going to be a standout factor, but I would say about 1 or 2, even 3 that supports your academic interest is going to be nice. I guess 1 or 2 clubs related to your personal interest is going to be okay. And with the clubs, by the time you're in junior or senior year, try to land a leadership position, which looks really good too, versus just saying member of the club for 4 years. And at that point, it really doesn't add too much to your application, honestly. Now, the second one, the next one is going to be your passion project. As you all know, I specialize in helping my students brainstorm and execute a successful passion project to help you stand out and also do the things that you love. So passion project is ongoing. So I tell my students with this, let's spend about 1 hour per week on it. But of course, if you're in a final season or you have to do a lot of studying for some reason, then we will skip a week and then make it back up next week. So I like to spread it out like that instead of just saying, oh my gosh, I have to work on my passion project every single day, which is not true. I like to have my students kind of spread it out on a weekly basis. And then one research position. This time commitment, if I were to average it out, would be about 30 to 40 minutes per week, or a little bit less or a little bit more. But I also help our students land research positions. And these are great because some professors will not give you that much work, but some will. So you can kind of gauge and see which position you really like. And it's very flexible too. When I got my first research position, what I did was I did data collection at home. So I didn't even go into the lab, and I was able to turn in all my assignments. And then I would meet the professor and the research team about like once a month to do a lab meeting. So research position, that's there. And then next is summer program. Of course, summer program is going to go during summertime. But because summer program applications are released early, you do have to kind of prepare for them. So I would add in about like 1 hour per month on summer program applications until you hit that submit button for summer essays and the required materials. And then with sports and instrument, I would honestly just do one. Like if you really have to do a sport, because I have a lot of athlete students and they love doing tennis and football and soccer and golf, and they're very, very well into it. Because sports already takes up a lot of time, I usually have my students do one or the other. And then if you're going to do an instrument like piano, violin, or orchestra, they would just do that. I never have my students do both like that, just because it takes up a lot of time, honestly. And you don't need to share with colleges like every single thing that you're doing. You have to be selective about what you're going to showcase to colleges. So I do have a handful of students who do both sports and instrument, but one of them, we're not even going to talk about it in the application because it's more of an hobby more than an extracurricular. So that's that. So that's how I would balance it. One of my strengths is to really like list everything out in a simple form, because this college admissions process, everything is kind of moving, changing, and you feel like you just have to just always be like doing something. It's okay to take a break, and it's okay to slow things down and focus on quality activities. And of course, the passion projects and research positions, they all need to tie back to your academic interest. Identifying that is first. But balance is key in anything that we do in our lives, right? Not only for college admissions, because if you're not able to balance out your time, you're basically losing out on the good opportunities. You are losing out on, creative strategies for your college admissions process, because when you do too much, you don't have time to think. You don't have time to reflect. And so I would definitely keep that in mind. I had a student get into Cornell and UPenn, and one of the students only had one school club. And it was related to her academic interests and all, but we did passion projects and research positions and all of that. But school club just did one because she was an introvert. She didn't really want to do anything, and that's okay. We don't always need to be like this perfect person. Um, and you just really have to show like what is important to you, and that really helps students stand out for sure. So I have students who are very creative, so we try to show a lot of that. I have students who are very much into problem solving, and they want everything to be like research based and data driven, so we do that. But you don't need to like show like all kinds of personalities, because you are you, and that's what we want to showcase in a strategic way. So definitely keep that in mind. And I hope that you found the video helpful. I think this will clear up a lot of the confusion that you have in terms of how to manage your time, how to balance out your academics. But if I were to give you a percentage, academics, your GPA, they take up at least 50%, right? So just really put a lot of energy and time into that. And if that's doing well, then we can look into other things as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want more individualized guidance in your college admissions journey, I would love to help you with our amazing team. And you can learn more about our program at passionprep.com/accepted club. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll be back here with another one next week. Bye.